What would you do if you wanted to be a writer and you wrote and you wrote and you wrote and you sent your manuscripts to publishers and the first 24 manuscripts were rejected? Well, this man sitting next to me decided to write another book and then another book, and finally you got a book that was accepted and it became a New York Times bestseller. Is that true?
That's exactly what happened. I got 24 rejections on my first book. 24 people told me to give it up. 24 people said you'll never make it. There were only 20 publishers, and I got 24 rejection letters, which means some people were writing me twice to make sure I got the point.
So then you wrote a bestseller. And I bet you a lot of cynics say, oh, what a lucky break, beginner's luck. And you wrote a second book that became a bestseller, and then a third book that became a bestseller, and many, many more books. I think I counted 8 or 9 that were on the New York Times bestseller list. Now, if you call somebody who writes one bestseller beginner's luck, you know what you call somebody that writes that many bestsellers?
Really lucky?
Brad Meltzer.
I appreciate it.
And this is Brad Meltzer, the man who wrote all of these books, which are just amazing. When did you decide you were going to be a writer?
The truth was I went to a job that I didn't think was going to work out in Boston. I thought it was going to work out. It was going to be great. He said, I'm going to be your mentor. Come to Boston, move everything to Boston. And the week I got there, my boss left the job. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've wrecked my life. So I did what all of us would do in situations where we think we wrecked our lives. I know you would do the same. I said, I'm going to write a novel. Right? And I wrote my first novel. As you heard, it got 24 rejection letters. But the week after I got my 23rd and 24th rejection letter, I said, I don't care. I don't care if they don't like it, I'm going to write another. And if they don't like that one, I'm going to write another. And the week after I got my 23rd and 24th rejection letter, that was the week that I started The 10th Justice, which became my first published work.
And from there, it's an amazing record. Now, you also write nonfiction books.
Yeah, so this is I Am Sonia Sotomayor, and the newest I Am Billie Jean King. We've done I Am Amelia Earhart, I Am Abraham Lincoln, I Am Rosa Parks, Albert Einstein, Jackie Robinson, to give kids better heroes to look up to today. We need to give them better heroes.
Well, let me ask you a question. Who were your heroes when you were a kid?
They were really Jim Henson and Mr. Rogers. Jim Henson made the Muppets and Sesame Street and taught me you could use your creativity to put good into this world. And that's all I'm trying to do here today. Still trying to use my creativity to try and put good into this world.
It's an amazing record, because in addition to that, you're not just a writer of books. I read somewhere that you created the oath for AmeriCorps. Now, when you're creating something like that, thousands or tens of thousands of people are going to be repeating those words. How do you decide what goes into it? An oath that'll have meaning to the people that are saying it.
Listen, it's not like writing a novel, right? I mean, I did tons of research into oaths, the military oaths, into all these different kinds of oaths that people have, and I tried to. And the oath has the raise your right hand thing, and it tells you what to do. You state your name. But I wanted something better, and my favorite line is, where I see adversity, I will persevere. I wanted something that you stand for.
A recurring theme in your books is that greatness comes from ordinary people. What's your definition of greatness?
My definition of greatness is that you have to help someone. That's it. It's not fame. Fame doesn't mean anything. There's a very big difference between being fame and actually being useful. And to me, greatness is you help one person. Go say thank you to one person. Be kind to one person. That's what makes a great person. Fame is, I tell my kids all the time, that's nothing. If you were a basketball player, you score lots of points, I'm not impressed. That's a big deal. You're using your God-given talent to do something better for yourself. But be like Jackie Robinson, let's say a baseball player, and lead the way for others and show them what leadership is actually about, that's a hero to me. Well,
when somebody falls into the category of the definition of hero, don't they move from being an ordinary person to being an extraordinary person?
Not to me. Listen, I don't think there is any such thing as an ordinary person. None of us is ordinary. There's no such thing as an ordinary person. And for me, extraordinary, what's extraordinary? Is it extraordinary if you're Jonas Salk and of course, that's extraordinary. But is it any less extraordinary to watch someone, see someone who needs some help, and even though they don't have a lot of money, reach into their pocket and say, you know what, let me help you here. You need help. Or watching someone fall down and everyone's staring and you're the one person who goes and picks them up. That's an extraordinary move. Kindness is an extraordinary thing to bestow on someone else. And if you can, that's extraordinary to me.
Well, do you think there's enough kindness in the world?
My fear right now is that we've forgotten what's good. We know how to fight. What I fear is when you fight for yourself, when you fight for your political party, when you fight for nothing but your own gain, for financial reasons or just power, you've already lost. You don't realize it, but you've lost already. And to me, we have to get back to what's good.
I couldn't agree more. I read that one of your hero books is going to be of Lucille Ball.
Yeah, we did it, Lucille Ball.
Why did you pick her?
So I wanted my daughter to have a female entertainment hero who wasn't just famous for being thin and pretty. That Lucy stands for the idea it's not just okay to be different, but it's spectacular to be different. I love that idea.
Well, I think she's a great image for any young girl because she was such a magnificent talent on so many levels. So you also, and I should mention this, you have a television show, Brad Meltzer Decoded. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, that's the perfect place to end. I mean, the show used to be on, it's not on anymore. The new show is going to be Xavier Riddle in the Secret Museum.
What's it about?
It's about a little boy who goes back in time, and when they have problems, they meet heroes like Abraham Lincoln, like Amelia Earhart to help them solve their problems.
That sounds like a cool premise.
I appreciate it.
So, folks, when you see the promos, check out the show because this man is amazing at the way he writes and the things he could write about. I think he's just interesting to talk to. So, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.